We're going to start here in 30 seconds to be legit. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. I would like to call our regular governing board meeting of the Yuma Union High School District number 70 to order. Let's please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance and standing for a moment of silence. Christy, would you like to start? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. We are going to move on to our superintendent report, item 2. Nope, sorry. We are going to start with board members, item 2.1. Board members may have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, special recognitions, donations, etc. Is there any board member that would like to share? Christy.
I don't have anything to share. I just would like to say welcome back. It's going to be a great year, and June and July board meetings were really boring, so this is really good.
I just want to say welcome back and be ready because I'm going to be visiting every school starting tomorrow, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Absolutely. We're happy that everybody's here. Thank you very much, board. Item 2.2.1. Well, first, superintendent's report. Tim, please.
Thank you, Jackie. Really excited to have so many students here, staff, community members. It's great to have everyone in mass. We are back in session. I have to say this has been a very smooth start to the school year. I do think a lot of parents and students handled the online registration and documentations ahead of time. I was able to hit every campus the first 2 days of school, and I think I maybe saw 2 kids in the guidance office at any given campus, and at different times. In the past, you might have 20 or 30. So great job by our parents, our students, and our staff on being ready for school the very first day. I would like to show a slide on our teacher retention and where we're at with that for this year. Pretty exciting. We have increased our certified staff a little bit. We were fortunate to do that with some money, so it did increase the number of teachers in our district since last year. We actually dropped just a tad in our teacher retention rate. We went from 84.8 to 84%. Still amazing. It went down a little bit, but I think it's also a celebration because out of that, I believe 14 of the people that did not come back were retirees. So that speaks volumes for Yuma Union High School District, a great place for students to learn from quality veteran teachers. And I can assure you we have some wonderful teachers that replaced them, and that was, you'll hear more about that a little bit later from the teach and learning team with the new teacher boot camp that we had to train our new teachers and people coming to work with our students. One exciting thing is certified teachers. We have 477, but out of that, which I think is amazing, we have 30 that are in our CARES program. And we're one of the few districts in the state that actually has a program where we can certify our own teachers with bachelor's degrees. You can go through that program and then apply for certification through the state of Arizona by taking some classes and having mentorship through us. So very exciting that we've actually tripled the number of when I say students, the number of adults in the CARES program who are taking some classes, a combination of AWC and with mentorship here and our instructional coaches. So it's amazing that we now are growing our own truly, and we have 30 people in that program. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about the retention rates, but we are so excited to have wonderful people working with our great kids.
Any questions from the board? I think that was great. Thank you.
And like we did the last few years. It's almost a yearly exercise now, but I think it's very important that we do introductions of our campus administration staff so people in the community can see and hear from our wonderful administrators. And to start off this year, we do have the principal of Cibola High School, first year principal, Mr. Brett Pavey. If I want to invite you up, please, and I'll turn it over to you. As we talk, I have to do this, Brett. As we talk about growing our own, Mr. Pavey is a proud COFA grad. Yes, he is. And he's very happy to be the principal at Cibola High School, but we do grow our own. So, Mr. Pavey.
Yeah, thank you guys. Like Mr. Brianza said, I'm a proud graduate of COFA, proud member of the Yuma community. I can't imagine a better place to work, to raise my family, to live. And it's an honor to be a part of this and to serve the community that really shaped me. And I've been lucky enough to do that since 2006 at Cibola High School. Started there, variety of roles. I was a history teacher, coached football, coached track, and then transitioned into my role as an administrator. But being there for the amount of time that I've been, I think I'm overqualified to say it's a special place. We have a campus full of just wonderful staff. We serve great families. We've got students that are energized, excited to be there. And it's a wonderful place to spend your days. Mr. Gonzalez, you have an open invitation. Anytime you want to come, the rest of you can come tour the campus and you'll see what we're talking about. And a big part of what makes it work is the admin team that we're going to be introducing here. Couldn't ask for a better group of people to help lead the school. And we're gonna do some great things this year. So I'm gonna start off and introduce Mrs. Gina Kugel-Brandt.
Hi, this is my 5th year. My name's Gina Kugel-Brandt, my 5th year at Cibola. Most of the kids and parents know me as Mrs. KB, and all of you know that I hate to talk in public, so I will make it extremely brief, but I will echo what Mr. Pavey said. We have an amazing team, and Mr. Gonzalez, please do come and visit us. We would love to have you. You know that. I sat next... Okay, you know, we sat by each other at graduation, so please do come see us.
Good evening, Board, Associate Superintendents, Mr. Superintendent Brienza. I watch a lot of board meetings, so I'm supposed to say all those things. My name is Dave Robinson. Most of you on the panel know me already. Not only Mr. Gonzalez, but you guys are all welcome, by the way, to come to Cibola High School. This is my 2nd year as an assistant principal at Cibola High School. I've been in the district. So Oasis just told me I've been in the district since 2009 as a substitute teacher, so that's cool. Thank you, Ms. Cordery. Yeah, it's another great year to be a Raider. Always a great day to be a Raider. Lucky. And yeah, thanks again. And I look forward to another great year with all of you guys, everybody here. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Itzel Rodriguez.
Oops, sorry, not as tall. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Itzel Rodriguez. I've been in education for 11 years at the district for 8. I started as a math teacher, then went into becoming an instructional leader for the math department, and then the last 2 years I was the director of student supports, and this is my first year as an assistant principal. Every time I come here, it's a humbling experience because I get to see so many of the people that, as a child, brought me up to who I am today. So I'm so appreciative and proud to be a member of this district and this community, and just want to honor that with the work that not I do, but also the team that we have at Cibola. So thank you for having me here tonight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lauren Simpson. This is my 12th year in education, and all 12 of those have been at Cibola. So Raider Pride runs deep with me. This is my first year in the role as Director of Student Support at Cibola. I previously was a teacher in the English department and the CTE department, as well as the Cibola Student Council Advisor. So my love is really with the kids of this community and with the community of Yuma. I'm not from here, but it's the place that I've called home for the last 12 years, and I hope that I can make the Cibola and Yuma communities proud in this role. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're definitely proud of growing our own, but whenever we can have people move here and make them their own, I guess I know I'm a prime example of that, then we definitely do that. But for anyone out there in the audience, students, if you guys ever need a job, come see us after you graduate. We'll find a place for you, and that's a promise, so you can take that to the bank. And I've done that several times. Itzel, thank you. So right now, I'd like to introduce the principal of our newest school, Mr. Lucky Arviso from Somerton.
Good evening, President Kravitz, board members, Superintendent Brienza, associate superintendents. That was for you, Mr. Robinson. Yes? Good evening. My name is Lucky Arviso. I am the principal at Somerton High School. Mr. Gonzalez, I forgot the folders again this year. I know last year you wanted some folders as far as the presentation, so when you come and visit our school tomorrow, you will get those folders, right? Just a little bit about myself. I was born and raised here in Yuma, Arizona, a graduate of Yuma High School. We got any Yuma grads here, criminals? Yes? I ended up getting my bachelor's in economics and business, a master's in educational leadership, and became a teacher in 1998. I mean, just growing up in this community, I wanted to make sure I gave back to the community, and what a better way than to do it with our youth and helping them and giving back all those years that teachers have given to me. And those were some great years in 98 when I became a teacher and a coach. In 2008, I became an assistant principal. In 2019, I became the principal of San Luis High School. And then I had the honor of opening Somerton High School this past school year, and it has been amazing. Been married for 30 years to my amazing wife, Claudia, and we have 3 sons who actually went through the whole school district and in essence also the elementary school district. So very proud of the community, very proud to be able to serve here. But I'd like to introduce the really important people at Somerton High School, and that includes our faculty and staff, but we have some leaders here, and we'll start with Mr. Barrios.
Good evening. David Barrios, assistant principal. So going on my 10th year in the district. I started off as a long-term sub at COFA, then I went over to Cibola to open up the Law and Public Safety program, and then I got on as an administrator, went over to San Luis with Lucky, and then I then took a trip over to Gila Ridge for a year, and then I came back to help Lucky open up Somerton. So it's been a great experience. A little bit about me is I was raised in Somerton. I graduated from Cibola in 2004. After that, and I was lucky I got a baseball scholarship to go play at AWC, and from then I moved on to New Mexico Highlands, again playing baseball, and then I commissioned into the United States Marine Corps, did 4 years active duty, 6 reserves, came back, and then started working for the district. I have a wife as a nurse here at the hospital. I have a 8th grade daughter and a son that's in 4th grade, and something that's pretty cool is that so we live by Cibola, and Cibola grad. My wife is a Cibola grad, and so she's all Cibola, right? And so then last year I took her to Somerton, took her to walk around Somerton. So now she's gonna have a pretty tough choice, deciding on Cibola, Somerton. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to see what she decides, and happy to be here. And thank you guys all for your time.
Mike Jankowski, been in the district for 20 years. That is my brother over there, by the way. So I started at Yuma High 20 years ago, was there for 4 years, went over to Cibola for 10 and a half, went down to San Luis for a year and a half, moved over to COFA for 2, and been at Somerton for the last 2 years. Funny kind of story is how I ended up here. Me and my brother kind of had an agreement that when he got done with his master's, I got done with my undergrad, that whoever got a job first, we're both moving there. 20 years later, we are still here.
Thank you, Somerton, and thank you, Cibola High School. We are very fortunate and happy and proud to introduce our new executive director of the Mastery of Arts program. I am going to turn over to Mr. Bosch, but I just want to say I'm so proud and excited that Lauren Spurlock is now running the helm at the MAP program because Jenny LeGros retired, and we actually had the resident teacher now running the show. So Lauren, congratulations, and Mr. Bosch.
Yeah, we're happy to have Lauren here tonight. She was a teacher at the Mastery of the Arts last year, and we're fortunate that she transitioned into this role this year. And she's already, I can tell you, she's going to speak just briefly, but she's doing amazing things at the MAP program already, trying to increase student numbers, get our community involved, and make it a program that we envision it to be. So, Ms. Spurlock?
All right. Well, thank you for having me here to talk about the program tonight. I appreciate it. We call it the MAP, but the Master of the Arts program is in its second year, and we've had quite a bit of a growth spurt this year. And so we're at about 100 students at this point, and I'm excited to say we're representing all 7 of our high schools within the district this year. So that's really exciting that the kids are coming and the word is getting out. I mean, they're excited. They're showing up for classes just full of energy and passion. So it's been great. We have 10 artists that have been coming in from the community to teach our classes, which is, again, we've really grown, and they come in from jobs within the arts in our community, and they're teaching the students the skills that they have to potentially maybe pursue jobs in the arts. And it's really neat to witness how that works with that partnership with the artists that are actually working a 9 to 5 and coming in and working with the kids. So definitely a goal this year is to really connect with the community. So if anyone here has ideas of ways that our program can be involved in maybe a performance capacity, but also just in projects that we could do around the community, I'd really encourage you to reach out to me and let me know, because that really gets the kids motivated and excited for being in the program. And I did really quickly just want to let you know we do have 2 public events that we're going to have this year at the end of each semester. So the first week of December and May, we'll have public open houses over at Snyder Auditorium for anyone in the community to come and see what we do and just see the kids in action. And the following week for each semester, we'll have some student leaders here to share about those here at the board meeting as well. So you'll get a recap of those events later in the semester. So thank you for having me here. I'm just really honored to be part of this. It's a great program, and just come check it out if you'd like to. I'd love to give you a tour or talk to you more about it personally. Thank you.
Thank you. And that concludes my superintendent report.
Thank you very much. It was a great report. Moving on to item number 3, 3.1, budget update overview of the 2024-2025 YUHSD internal budget. Brenda, you're ready.
Good evening. My name is Brenda Higuera. I'm the Director of Finance, and this is always Ms. Cordery's favorite part of the meeting. It's not as exciting as the students. I always say it's very hard to follow. In front of you, you should have our budget for the new school year, which consists of our maintenance and operations budget as well as our capital budget. I just want to remind you that this is a very conservative, bare bones type of budget. And then once we have our revision and then our carryover, you'll see that later on added, and that'll be reflected in this budget. Okay, so our first page, as always, you see there our salaries, our fixed expenditures, as well as our school budgets there on page 1. If you go to page 2, you see our budget and expenditures for our different departments. And then I do want, as I was saying, because we don't have our carryover, you'll notice that our contingency there, it says we don't have that. That's where where you'll see the carryover once we do the revision. We have that later in the semester, and then that'll be updated once that gets adopted by the board. Okay, so our budget that we have for the school year is $83,053,031. We have spent to date $3,532,488. If you go to the next page, you'll see our capital budget. Same thing with this one. You'll see it by the different departments, and then you'll see our contingency. You'll see a small amount there, but again, that once we have our carryover, then you'll see that be adjusted. So that being said, our adopted budget is $8,096,006, and what we have spent so far, $129,238. And then our last page is our monthly student activities fund report. You'll see the ending cash balance for the whole district is $700,675.38. And at the bottom is where you'll see the year-to-date revenues and then our expenditures. And the reason there you see the negative balance is because they're spending it, which is what we want them to do. Any questions?
Does anybody have a question?
On page 8, where we see all the internal interim budget, where's there zero in contingency?
Our contingency, right now, that because we don't have our carryover in there. And then once we, on page 2.
Okay.
You see at the very last, on the bottom, right under student resource officer.
Okay.
This
I didn't see
contingency.
This is contingency. And then once we have our carryover, that's where you'll see that being adjusted and it'll go in the contingency.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, Brenda,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 3.2, new teacher boot camp, which would be Derek.
All right. This year we took it upon ourselves to, well, actually we started last year. We started thinking about ways where we can provide more supports for our new staff coming in. We always realize that at the beginning of the school year, there's so much pressure on campus administrators to get their folks up to speed. So we brought new teachers in, counselors, long-term subs, emergency certified teachers. I believe we had 67 people participate in this. So tonight we wanted to just share with you some highlights of the new teacher orientation or new teacher boot camp as we called it. We have Mr. Mike Sharp who's going to come up and speak, and Ms. Crystal Buckley, our Director of College and Career Readiness. So, and then we can go to, if you want to go to slide 3, Danny. Slide 4. There we go.
Slide 1 would be cool. Can we go back to slide 1? There we go, cool. All right. Good evening, Madam President, Mr. Brienza, and the Governing Board. Mike Sharp, I am a proud graduate of Yuma High School. My mother is a proud graduate of Yuma High School, and a fun fact, my mother dated my history teacher. Those of you who are aware of Yuma High School is Rick Garcia. If that rings a bell, we can talk later, but he didn't take kindly to my jokes. Anyway, let's get back to it. All right, new teacher boot camp. So as Mr. Bosch stated, yes, we in the past we've done 2 or 3 years of fire hose and new teachers as they came in to kind of get them on board and get them to campuses to get them going. After much conversation, we decided, yeah, we probably need to spread that out a little bit so we can be a little bit more in depth and get them more prepared before they actually get to campus. We spent 4 days with them. This year, we covered a whole bunch of good stuff with them, but as you can see, the main points, we wanted to communicate the mission and vision of our district and make sure it was very clear and consistent. We set up online classrooms for them so that they were ready to go when they set up their classrooms with us instead of having to do that on their own or with their ICs at their campuses. They familiarized themselves with the student information systems that we have, and we had hands-on with our IT department here working with them to answer questions, and we built community and also shared the culture of our district because they got to know that when they show up to when you show up to the new teacher boot camp, you get fed very well. And we had some great sponsors that helped us out with that. Okay, Danny. Thank you. So teaching and learning team had this bright idea, and so we also understand that the boots on the ground are probably the best voices to be able to share that information, the folks that are going to be working with our new teachers on the campuses. And so we had the AVID site coordinators from every campus that were here. They helped present on AVID strategies. We had the ed tech coaches they helped assist with all the ed tech stuff to get them going with their computers and all the other stuff associated with tech. We had the instructional coaches that were here so they could, one, get to know them and understand who they are, but then also provide some professional development for them. We had the Portrait of a Graduate Committee, which kind of we're really operationalizing that this year, and so they were there to give them their first dose of what the Portrait of a Graduate is, where it came from, and to be able to get ready to implement that in their classroom. And then the district office teaching and learning team was also there to help support that information. Okay, Danny.
I feel like he stole all the whole thunder here. My name's Krista Buckley. I'm the Director of College and Career Readiness. I am a proud graduate of COFA High School. Not a lot of love for COFA. Tough. I have no spicy stories as Mike, but I did meet my husband at COFA, so I guess there's my spicy story. So part of in my role as the AVID District Director, I provided an opportunity for my district AVID coordinators to present to our new teachers. And it's really important for us as directors that we allow those that we lead to have opportunities to be in front of others and share their knowledge. And so during this new teacher orientation, our AVID coordinators gave an overview of what AVID in our district is and how we all support AVID implementation in our classroom, as well as highlighted the various roles in AVID and who those people are at the sites. And they also conducted 3 professional development opportunities, because in order for us to be a highly certified AVID district, 70% of our staff have to be AVID certified. So in order to do that, they either have to go to a pathway training in Summer Institute during the fall or during the spring, or they have to do 8 professional development modules with us as participants. So they were able to get 3 out of the way. For those that don't get that opportunity, we start getting them that training. So it helped in many ways to introduce to new teachers and to start providing some of those early practices that they're gonna need. And not here today, but speaking on her behalf, our Director of Educational Technology has a new team of EdTech coaches that are out in 3 of our schools right now, but they have 4 members. And so this was their first opportunity to do something at the district level, where they were able to get teachers their technology, get them situated with their learning management platforms, create the authentication systems. We were able to collaborate with IT so that we can have those technology pieces early, and this was super important because you don't think about how much time you need for that until you're actually doing it. And so this gives the campuses an opportunity to have that time with their teachers so they can focus on other things like best practices at the sites, the culture, building those relationships with their new folks. And our folks got to handle the, technology's not working. Why? Well, did you use the right password? You need an exclamation point sometimes. So they were able to get those things in a system with getting that taken care of. And as Mike mentioned, by the end of that first day, they had access to their Canvas course, they had access to their grade books, their attendance, how they were going to be able to do that. So they just got a lot of different things that if they would have been at their campus, the ICs will bend over backwards to get them situated, but this is just something that we're able to take off their plate and get them going a lot easier.
Is that what this is for? Sorry, my fault. Director of Strategic Projects. The folks that I work with are the instructional coaches. They came and they introduced our new teachers to personalized competency-based learning, which is a major push in our district to get the students owning their learning and to be able to understand where they are and how they can get to the next level. Our Portrait of a Graduate Committee was here introducing them to the Portrait of a Graduate. And then we also had the instructional coaches that were here talking about standards-based grading and getting them to understand the why behind standards-based grading and then also the how. The benefits of all that are just that we introduced the teachers to the new campus supports in the above areas. We provided early exposure to the practices that are going to assist them while they're there. And then, we're able to give them some hands-on feedback on certain things, but then some hands-on experiences to help them be confident when they show up to campus and they're now in front of 65 other staff members and they're like, oh my gosh, but they got Canvas figured out, so that's a good thing. But basically we laid the foundation for success through the real-time practice and development. So overall, we believe as the teaching and learning team, it was a major success for us. Happy to take questions, if so.
I have a question. I have 2 questions. First would be logistics. At what point did these 4 amazing days happen? Did it happen prior to the regular orientation, after orientation? When did it happen?
Prior to.
Prior to.
July 19th? July
Okay,
19th.
perfect. And then also logistically, their contracts were increased by 4 days' pay? Is that how that worked?
Yes.
So we had the money to pay them extra time to come in and learn all these best practices?
Yes.
Yes, we even went as far as providing pay for our long-term subs, emergency certified teachers that were, not necessarily under our contract, but could be here. And so if they wanted to take part of that opportunity, we went ahead and provided that.
Right.
I say we, Diane Cordery did.
Right, which is really the reason why I was asking, is because our fiscal responsibility, this district, is so convoluted and so big, and you guys still find ways to make it happen. So thank you for offering all of this that you're doing for our new teachers. I remember a gazillion years ago when I started teaching, I would have salivated at the opportunity to have this as a new teacher and learn about everything. Although computers weren't invented yet, so that would have been awful.
And Mr. Bosch went to bat for us to get our, the instructional coaches, the Avid Site coordinators, the ed tech folks, some additional monies as well to plan and then to also come and present. So we're thankful for that too.
Yeah, no, thank you, everybody. Does anybody else have a question? Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, informational item 3.3, migrant education program. I will bring it back to Derek.
Yes, I feel like I'm the reason for a lot of people being here tonight, but that's good. Our Director of Migrant Education, Miss Maria Cruz, could not wait to come and present tonight just to talk about some of the amazing things that we have going on with our migrant students and some travel that took place and some education that we have for our parents and our students. So we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Cruz.
Buenas tardes, good evening. As Mr. Bosch mentioned, I'm quite excited to be here. I am a COFA graduate back in 1993. My apologies, I do get very nervous when I have to speak in public. I brought my cheat sheet, so I won't miss any good points. As Mr. Bosch mentioned, my name is Maria Cruz. I am the Director of Migrant Education. Migrant Education is a federally funded program that provides supplemental educational support services to migrant children and youth. In order for a family to qualify for the migrant education program, the parent or guardian must work in agriculture and have made a move due to agriculture work in the last 36 months. That's what qualifies our families into the program. This summer, the Yuma Union High School District migrant program offered 2 leadership programs in June for migrant families. The first program was Close Up. The Close Up program is a comprehensive nonprofit civic education organization that helps students better understand their country and allows them to experience the power of the political process. This summer, 40 students represented the migrant program at Close Up. Students had the opportunity to discuss issues they care about while dominating and becoming leaders in their groups of mock trials, Congress, and presidential elections. This year, our very own Mr. Enrique Aguero Leal from COFA was voted the 2024 Close-Up President. This is the second year in a row that a Yuma Union migrant student has been elected for the Close-Up President at Close-Up. Our students did an amazing job at representing our district at Close-Up and once again gave Washington a glimpse of the amazing leaders they will be someday. The second program took place during the last week of June. 80 incoming 9th graders and 30 parents had the opportunity to participate in the SLIC FLI program. The SLIC program is a student program provided to students with the purpose, tools, and direction necessary to achieve personal and academic success. For students to understand the importance of becoming a future active leader who will serve families, schools, and communities with distinction while also encouraging other students to do the same. As a parent, I am a true believer of the very famous saying, "It takes a village to raise a child." And that village begins in the home. The home is the foundation for a student's success. That is why this year the Family Leadership Parent Program, FLI, was integrated with the student program, SLIC. The FLI Parents Program focuses on teaching parents the art and skills of family leadership, in support of academic achievement and life success for our future leaders. The goals are to increase the involvement of families in their children's education, as well as provide a purpose, tool, and direction to parents and their children. The FLI program is committed to producing knowledgeable and committed parents who actively support the school and community to benefit their children and encourage other families to do the same. Does the board have questions for me regarding the programs?
Any questions from the board? Christy?
So the parent class, or is it a class, or is it something they
It was a
watch, or-
three-way series of workshops.
Okay.
So how the student program was a week long, and the parent portion was the last 3 days of the student program. So it was the student program was Monday through Friday, and parents entered on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
Morning sessions were for parents, and then in the after lunch they would eat together lunch, and in the afternoon parents and students would go through a series of workshops, mostly listening skills, communication.
Did you have a good turnout?
Actually, I did. I was very surprised, especially this is our second year for the SLIC program for the students. We had about the same amount of students enrolled. I was very surprised that I had so many parents wanting to participate.
Okay.
So I was quite excited that I had 30.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, how many students, the migrant students we presently have in the district?
In the district, our student count varies. So this year, for the count for school year 23-24, I think we're about 1,400, just Yuma Union.
And when do we stop having migrant kids come? Because I know they travel to Salinas and all that other area. Do we keep throughout the whole year, or they keep coming?
As they enroll throughout the whole year. Our big, let's say, our big big family movement is November, when the season ends in California and they move to Yuma area, but it's throughout the full year.
So basically every year, 1,500?
1,500, yes.
That's a good number.
Yeah, it is.
All feeder districts do feed into us. So
Right,
each
right.
feeder district, yeah. So that's why actually we carry the state of Arizona. Yuma Union Migrant Program carries the state of Arizona because we're such a large count.
Wow. I have a question as well. The children, the students that were involved in your program, did they represent all 7 of our schools?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Incoming freshmen, yes.
Great. And then just a question about budgeting. I know that since the big return is in November, do they miss our 100-day count for funding? Or they're here?
They actually make the 100-day.
They
It's the
do?
40th day is
Oh,
the
the
big one
40th
that
day.
they're not counted for. And we do have the largest migrant student population in the state of Arizona. And Ms. Cruz does a great job, and with her migrant advisors as well. But at the end of the day, they're not counted usually for some very important numbers. So trying to qualify for a new school in Somerton, this became very problematic.
Right.
Because there was no leeway on when they would look at student data.
Right, which is a fallacy. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Good job.
Moving on to item 3.4, Safety Committee Annual Report. Diane?
Actually, I'll turn this over to Brenda Higuera again.
Yeah.
She enjoyed it so much the first time.
Perfect.
This time I have Bo Gonzalez here. He is going to help me do something more exciting than the budget. I know it's hard to believe. But we are part of our safety committee. We have a district committee that is made up of both of us, and then also includes the directors of technology, facilities, student nutrition, and student services. But then each campus has their own safety committee led usually by an assistant principal. I think it's usually the person in charge of athletics. And so what our presentation here today is, they have the opportunity to earn up to $10,000 just by having that committee and by doing certain things like meetings quarterly, doing safety inspections. And so we are here to award what they have earned. And so just the breakdowns, so that you know, It's $500 per quarter for holding a campus safety committee. It's $500 per semester for completing a site inspection. It's $300 a month for the months that they have no accidents on our workers' compensation insurance. And then $1,400 that they can get if they haven't had any accidents for the whole year. And then we award $2,000 to the best campus overall. Just so you know, for that, Vista, we count Vista and district office together. But we have one for each campus. I think Mr. Patton is going to do pictures with the board. So I'll just call the school. We have the checks here, and then I think we'll just have them do a photo opportunity. First up, Gila Ridge, $4,200.
So if the board wants to come up in the front, all the board members can take a picture with.
Do we want to, or do you want us to?
I would like you to. No, we're going to have the entire board, all the four of them would take a nice, wonderful picture with the big check.
No photobombing today.
All right, next we have Cibola with $4,900. All right, up next, Yuma High with $5,100. All right, next we have Vista with $5,400. I know. All right. Next, we have San Luis High School with $5,500. All right, Kofa High School with $5,700. Please don't don't take the checks. All right, and with $10,000, Somerton High School.
I'm going to put on my jacket now.
So now that everybody has their what they've been awarded for meeting these requirements, these guidelines for last year, what they will do is they have their committee. They put packages together, and that goes out to the vote to their staff, and then that's how they determine what they're going to spend that money on. Some of them, you know, if there's a larger project, they might roll that money over. So whatever they didn't use from last year, that gets added to this amount. But then they usually, it's typically 3 different packages based on the needs that they have. It can be a variety of things, just like speed bumps, or sometimes you need traffic cones. Sometimes the packages might include like a combination of different items. It's just based on the needs of the campus, but then their staff gets to vote on how that money is used.
Thank you. I don't think in any year that I've been on the board I've seen a school win $10,000. So, woo woo to Somerton. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? I think we're good. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Thank you.
Okay. We are item 3.4, dropout prevention from Derek. You are popular this evening.
Hello again. So we are pleased tonight to have our dropout prevention specialist with us. Normally we have Mr. Keller, who's the Executive Director of Student Services. He wasn't able to be here tonight, but the Director of Student Services, Vicki Dorian, is here to just say a couple of things and then introduce them, and they can talk about our data, which is pretty impressive. It's improved for the 4th year in a row.
Thank you, Mr. Bosch, and good evening. As Mr. Bosch said, I'm Victoria Dorian, Director of Student Services. Under the leadership of our Executive Director, Mr. Tim Keller, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight, we have the opportunity in our department to oversee and work with multiple programs in the district. One, to include directors of our dropout prevention specialists, sorry, too many D words right now. Good ones. So I'd like to introduce them, starting with Yuma High School, Edna Lugo. She is our newest member. Edna, can you wave to us? Thank you. She's our newest member in our 24-25 lineup. At COFA, we have Edgardo Gonzalez. Cibola, we have Yasina Cumming. San Luis, we have Rigoberto Conde. Vista, we have Arispe Garcia. Somerton, we have Chris Reese. And our last newest member, who is also not here tonight, is Patricia Guisada from Gila Ridge. So I would like to turn it over right now to Mr. Reese from Somerton and Mr. Conde from San Luis, who would like to share some amazing numbers with you.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. Rio Conde, Dropout Prevention Specialist, San Luis High School, proud graduate of Yuma High, class of 1994. So, well, this year we come with a new staff to bring you our successful years that we have come in and talked to you about our dropout prevention rate for our schools, our district, our state. We have new staff, but definitely that comes also with new ideas. people that come in from different walks of our students. She can give us ideas on how to improve maybe our goals. But as you can see from the graph up top, our numbers are keep getting better each year as we look at our dropout rate. Yuma High came in at 0.81%, COFA 1.57%, Cibola 0.78%, Vista 0.77%, San Luis 0.94%, 2.26 for Hill Ridge, and of course, Somerton got to 0. So we have a 0 in the board, but as you see also to just highlight the state rate and our district rate, we are way below it. So I guess because we collaborate together, there's only one of us per campus, and Somerton have been very gracious to host our meetings. We all get together and we share ideas on what's working for our campus and what can be improved. And there was always just keep collaborating between each other and of course within our own campuses as well with our staff, our admin, our counseling team, our teachers, and then just keep working to get those students and hopefully get below or that threshold of 0% like Somerton does. So.
Yeah, I really can't say much more than that. I think, the gist of our work is really just kind of, we analyze a lot of data. That's a big piece is identification of students who are at risk. That's the first part. And then we have to make sure that we're knowledgeable in resources, because we're the point of contact to look at the remedy, right? And so I think all of us, we have a really good grasp of our campuses, but just in general, we're super passionate about helping students, and we're really competitive. And so, as you can see on the numbers. So, but yeah, do y'all have any questions or?
My question to you, first of all, the competition part carries through. We get that. We can see that. I remember, and I don't recall if it was last year or the year before, you guys got to share your best practices statewide, right? Was that something that nationwide, yeah. Even better?
Yeah.
So the recipe to our success, if you had to boil it down to one word, would be?
Probably collaboration. It's a very unique position where we interact with, I would say, almost everybody on campus, and so it's being able to really collaborate with everybody, being able to communicate. That's a really big key, because we get a lot of input from teachers, other students, and so it's really being able to process all that and ultimately, keep the numbers that we have.
Right. I want to personally say thank you for helping keep our students in school. And I know that us as a district also have amazing course offerings to keep our students interested in. So thank you so much for that too. Does anybody else have a question or a comment? Okay.
I have a comment.
Oh,
Sorry.
please.
So some of them are smiling because they know I'm going to say, so until we get to 0, our work's not done. And we maintain 0, Chris. Our work's not done. But I have to say that dropout, any student at any time, no matter what their background, what could be a dropout. And our teachers are amazing at making sure that school is inviting our classified staff, whether it's the cleanliness or student nutrition workers, just saying good morning when the student comes for breakfast. That makes a difference. So when Chris Reese talks about collaborative is one word that sums it up. Maria Cruz talked about it takes a village. It does. It's every single person on campus. It's from whatever the role is, and also in the community. So I want to say thank you to everyone on campus. Thank you to the community, because without you, we wouldn't be able to have at least one campus at 0. And the challenge is to get every campus at 0 and maintain that. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. We are going to pull item 3.6 and move on to item 3.7, CTE National Competition. Ms. Lori Honeycutt, where are you?
I'm actually going to let 2 of our state officers.
Oh, that's fabulous. Fabulous.
Good evening, Board. My name is Joshua Lopez, and I serve as the Skills USA Arizona State President.
I'm Samantha Roman. I'm FCCLA Arizona Vice President of Competitive Events.
Today, I have the privilege of presenting the achievements of our outstanding CTE students who have excelled at the national level in their career and technical student organizations. I would also like to introduce all of our state officers. Cassandra Pantoja, Skills USA Arizona State Treasurer. Asia Ramos, Skills USA Arizona State Secretary. Lillian Madrid, FCCLA Arizona Vice President of Finance. Miguel Cancio, FBLA Arizona Vice President of Chapter Development. And finally, not present with us here today, Ryan Martinez, FFA Arizona State Reporter. Before we proceed, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our district board members for their unwavering support. Your commitment to enhancing our students' educational experiences has been instrumental in their success.
I would also like to recognize our dedicated CTE teachers who have inspired us and guided us into reaching our full potential. Your passion and dedication make a significant difference in our lives. Sorry. Career and technical education is an essential component of our education system, providing students with the skills and knowledge in order to thrive in a competitive workforce. By combining rigorous academics and hands-on learning, CTE programs prepare students for both college and career paths, ensuring they are well equipped to meet the demands of the 21st century economy.
This year, we have witnessed remarkable achievements by our CTE students at the national level. Their hard work, determination, and creativity have set them apart as leaders in their respective field. Allow me to share some of their highlights. For the Skills USA National winners, Ryan Miller, 7th place, welding sculpture, Yuma High School. Stuart Buchanan and Rudy Garza, 6th place, commercial drones, Cibola High School. James Milo, 10th place, public speaking, Gila Ridge High School. Jaslyn Colar, Yvette Contreras, and Leslie Lamas, 14th place, Career Pathways Human Services, Gila Ridge High School. Adon Rodriguez, 1st place, Building Maintenance, Kofa High School. Irene Garcia, Asia Ramos, and Natalia Cordova, 1st place, Crime Scene Investigation, Kofa High School. Hunter Daniels, 3rd place, Job Skill Demonstration, Open, Kofa High School. Cassandra Pantoja, Amy Mena, and Constanza Rosales Espinosa, 4th place, Occupational Health and Safety, Kofa High School. Yomaira Robles Santa Cruz, Frida Jimenez Antondo, and Erica Alarcon, 5th place, Promotional Bulletin Board, San Luis High School. And finally, Models of Excellence Award, Gold Medal, Kofa High School.
Now for the FCCLA national winners. Brody Perez and Michael Ramos, 3rd place, Entrepreneurship, Vista High School. Carity Ellsworth, Amar Morales, and Natalie Rosas Marquis, 2nd place, Event Management, Hill Ridge High School. Elizabeth Valdez, 2nd place, Teacher Train, Kofa High School. Ian Guzman, 2nd place, Culinary Arts, Cibola High School. Isabella Padilla, Taylor Nelson, and Jasmine Magana, 2nd place, Food Innovations, Cibola High School. Emma Cuaves and Roxanne Cancholo, second place, sports nutrition, Cibola High School. And finally, Angelina Robles, third place, nutrition and wellness, Cibola High School.
It is an incredible honor to recognize Ms. Hernandez, a distinguished member of our YUHSD MC JROTC program. Her outstanding performances in national and regional shooting competitions have set a high standard of excellence. She is the first in school history to be invited to a rifle national event, let alone 3 in 1 year. At the All-Service Nationals, Ms. Hernandez finished 19th place and earned the Excellence in Competition, EIC, Bronze Badge of Distinction. At the NRA Nationals, she placed 3rd place in the open shooter category, 2nd with her scholastic shooter team, and 3rd in her open shooter team. At the CMP Regional Championship, Ms. Hernandez secured 1st place in her age group, earning a gold medal and ranked 10th in the Western region. And finally, at the CMP Nationals, she placed 24th in her age group and received the EIC Silver Badge of Distinction. Mildred Hernandez has demonstrated outstanding skill and dedication, making her a role model for her peers and a source of pride for our district. Congratulations, Ms. Hernandez, on all of your remarkable achievements.
As we celebrate these achievements, we must look towards the future. We aim to continue expanding and improving our CTE programs, ensuring every student has access to high-quality education. This includes investing in state-of-the-art facilities, fostering industry partnerships, and providing ongoing professional development for our educators. Thank you for allowing us to present this year's National CTSO Achievements. Together, we are building a brighter future through career and technical education.
This is my favorite meeting. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Ms. Honeycutt, is there anything else? Your students are a big source of pride.
Be more proud of these students.
Yeah, thank you.
They did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. And by the way, students, you do not have to stay for the rest of the meeting. If you would like, please exit now.
You can if you want to.
It's been a long day. That was amazing. Oh, sure. I love it.
Man, it gives me chills.
I know. They look so good, too. They speak so well. Me too. I never even heard of it. May I? Okay, moving on. Thank you so much. Item 4, call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present the information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to any public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. I do not have any forms. Danny, do you? Is there anybody who would like to speak? Okay, thank you. Moving on to consent items. Adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on the part of the governing board. A board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted. I have nothing to pull. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second? Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christy. Any comments? Thank you. Let's take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Action items number 6. Give me 1 second to just get there. Accept donations. Consideration to accept donations. I will happily read the donations. Cibola High School, Raiders Cross Country Booster Club donated $2,900 to the Cibola High School cross country team to be used as needed. Esmeralda Bermudez donated a stationary indoor cycle for the Cibola High School weight room to be used for training and rehab. The estimated value of this donation is $400. To Gila Ridge High School, Arizona Diamondbacks donated 15 softball uniforms to the Gila Ridge High School softball team with an estimated value of $4,984.89. AZ Strut donated IT essentials to the Gila Ridge High School CTE IT program to be used throughout the curriculum for the students. The estimated value of the donation is $600. Beck's Performance donated folding benches to the Gila Ridge High School wrestling program to be used in the wrestling room. The estimated cost of this donation is $98. Excuse me. The Hawk Wrestling Booster donated $6,350 to the Gila Ridge High School wrestling program to go towards purchasing Dolomer wrestling mats. Lady Hawks Volleyball Booster Club donated team jerseys and arm sleeves to the Gila Ridge High School varsity volleyball team. The estimated value of their donation is $2,000. To Kofa High School, the Crimson Crown Basketball Booster Club donated 30 game shorts to the Kofa High School boys basketball team with an estimated value of $2,115. San Luis High School, Bilingual Review Press Arizona State University donated materials to the San Luis High School library to use and promote Hispanic heritage. The estimated value of this donation is $3,291. To Somerton High School, Mia Galvez donated water and sodas to the Somerton High School Student Council for concession sales. The estimated value of this donation is $11.24. Cassandra Jasso, I apologize for not saying that right, donated water and sodas to the Somerton High School Student Council for concession sales. The estimated value of this donation is $15.52. Alberto Gonzalez donated sodas to the Somerton High School Student Council for concession sales. The estimated value of this donation is $16.18. Jiffy Lube donated $300 to the Somerton High School athletic program to be used as needed. Fiesta Soft Cloth Cart Wash donated $300 to the Somerton High School athletic program to be used as needed. Fourth Avenue Gym donated athletic equipment to the Somerton High School athletic department. The estimated value of this donation is $9,718.63. To Yuma High School, Sunland Chemical Company is donating fertilizer to Yuma High School to be used as needed. The estimated value of this donation is $210.63. Corollaires donated metal monument letters and interior entrance letters to read Taylor Dean McBride Auditorium to Yuma High School. The estimated value of this donation is $3,318.80. Corollaires donated a Taylor Dean McBride Auditorium metal bronze plaque to Yuma High School. The estimated value of this donation is $3,839.68. To the Yuma Union High School District, the Main Library Friends Bookstore donated books to Yuma High School. The estimated value of the donated books is $76. The total donations just this month is $40,545.57, with a total year-to-date donation of $53,667.30. It is recommended that the governing board accept the above listed donations. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve to accept the above listed donations.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley. Any comments? Great. Let's take a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Item 6.2, consideration to improve the Empowerment Scholarship Account tuition. We all had the background in our board books, but I'll turn it over to Rob.
Sure, and this was brought forth, I think a couple board meetings ago about the ESA students. Essentially, it's a program initiated by Arizona to provide funding for students to customize their child's education. And how that affects Yuma Union is that students under this ESA program can take up to 2 classes within Yuma Union High School District to help support and customize a child's education at home through the parents. And so the only part that we were missing was the dollar amount, and so we got our funding a couple board meetings ago, which then set our tuition amount, which then set what it would cost for a student to attend a class per semester, and the rate is listed there.
Thank you. It is recommended that the governing board approve the ESA tuition for the 2024-2025 school year at $558.59 per class per semester, effective the first day of school. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Christy, seconded by Shelley. Any comments? Please.
Can you explain how you guys came up with that amount?
So that dollar amount comes from our tuition. It's based on a 6-period schedule, and then so tuition is roughly around $6,000, a little more, and so that's then split in half, and then that's split up by 6 to per semester, then per class period.
And that tuition, we use the term tuition because it is set by the state for us, for anyone who does not reside in Arizona. So we do have students from California and Mexico who pay full tuition. So that's where the term tuition comes from. It's set by the state.
And just to add one more thing to that, and Bob alluded to it, so with the tuition being $67.03, I believe it is, student typically takes 12 classes in a year. Divide that by 12, that amounts to $558.59.
Thank you. Anybody else? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 6.3, consideration to select delegate for the ASBA Delegate Assembly. Tim?
Yes, so since ASBA, we are members of that professional organization. Every year we have an opportunity to vote to see if anyone is going to be the delegate for that. It is the Saturday after the law conference. So essentially, the Yuma Union High School District can send someone or no one. It's up to the board's discretion. So I'll leave it up to the board to decide. I do believe, sorry, Ms. Mellon, by default, we only have one attending the ASBA Law Conference, but it doesn't have to be that person. It could be anyone else.
So I will follow up with what you said with the question, are there any nominations for our delegate at the ASBA Delegate Assembly?
Nominate Ms. Mellon.
I'll second that. Any comments? Would you accept?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have done it for the last 3 years, so
Yes, thank you. Okay, well then let's proceed to vote. Mrs. Mellon as our delegate for the ASBA Delegate Assembly. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 6.5. No, 6.4, consideration to approve proposed classroom site fund, Prop 301, performance-based compensation plan for 2024-25, and that is going to be Mr. Bobby Lambert.
So, good evening, everyone. As you see before you, the classroom site fund for the performance-based compensation plan. In this item, it was sent out to the voting members, the teachers, and based off the plan that the committee put together. And we had an 84.8% voted yes, which was 446 yes votes. Only 14 voted no. Still not sure why people would vote no in that situation, but just to talk a little bit about that. Last year, I think a grand total, and Diane, please correct me if I'm wrong, was 21,500 as a total that went to teachers that were part of this Prop 301. So that's a huge chunk of money, and you know, a lot of people don't realize how much of a that that we have such a high Prop 301. I don't think in the community. It's my recommendation that the board would approve this.
Thank you. We all had stuff in our books to look it over, so is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the Yuma Union High School District Classroom Site Fund Proposition 301 Performance-Based Compensation Plan as submitted for the 2024-25 school year.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christy. Any comments from anyone?
this is distributed into 2 semesters, divided by 2 semesters?
So yeah,
Like
part
the
of it,
301 part of it?
4,500 goes into their actual salary, and then it's broken up into 2 semesters, one in the fall, one in the spring. Yes, sir.
So if you remember going way back, there was 3 buckets. They've now combined them. The very first bucket, we continued to keep the 3 buckets. So the very first one goes into their salary, base salary. And then the other 2, we actually combine, which is performance and menu money. And we combine those and put that, we take out dropout prevention specialists are in there, and then everything else goes to teachers or to certified.
So it's around December and May?
Yeah. I think it's November, might be November and May, and November and May.
Yeah, but just for clarity, when we say it goes into their base salary, our base salary is 42,500. This is then addition to that, so it doesn't make up part of that 42.5.
Technically, it doesn't go in their salary at all. It's spread over all their pays. That's probably the better terminology.
Thank you.
If we're going to be technical.
Any other questions? Well, we had a motion and a second, so let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Stay where you are, Bobby, because we're on item 6.5, the recommendation to approve the revised job descriptions.
Yes. So several meetings ago, I'm not sure if you guys remember, we had conversations about some of these, and I explained to the board at that time, one of the things that my department's doing is that we're looking through different departments throughout the district. Where we're making sure that the job descriptions and titles are fitting actually what those positions are doing, and make sure that those positions are still continuing to meet the needs of the district and the students that we serve. So before you this evening, those positions are all IT related positions. So IT, as you all know, is one of the fields where things is always continuously changing. What may be something today may be different tomorrow, or it could be in the next 10 minutes. I mean, we don't know. So that's the reason why you have these before you tonight. So it's just to kind of help streamline.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Thank you. Is there a second? Motion was made by Carlos, seconded by Christie, to approve the revised job descriptions for support analyst, IT support technician, application support specialist, senior IT support technician, application support manager, IT support manager, enterprise system administrator, enterprise system specialist, enterprise database analyst, and enterprise systems and network engineer, effective August 15th, 2024. Any comments from the board? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item 6.6, consideration to approve the revised 2024-2025 employee compensation packet. We had them in our book. Are there any questions for Bobby or anything that wasn't in the book that we need to know?
No, ma'am. It's just the items that were before you tonight, along with a couple of other things, but everything is in the book. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the revised employee compensation packet for the 2024-25 school year.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christie. Any comments from the board? I appreciate that this is a living document and you always bringing it back to us. Thank you. It's great. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, item 6.7, consideration to approve intergovernmental agreement for facility usage of Sunrise Optimist Park between YUHSD and City of Yuma. We had this all in our packets. Rob, is there anything you would like to share?
No, just that, again, it's, just kind of establishes the duties, rights, responsibilities of each party, City of Yuma, YUHSD, as it pertains to the Sunrise Optimist Club, and it is a 10-year agreement.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that the governing board approve the intergovernmental agreement.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Christie, seconded by Shelley to approve the IGA. Are there any comments? Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Oh my gosh, this book. Item 6.8, consideration to approve the intergovernmental agreement for facility usage between YUHSD and City of Yuma. Again, we had it in our books. Rob, is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, this is just the bigger facility usage agreement. The City of Yuma has several facilities that, is open to the public and that we utilize for academics or athletic reasons. Same with YUHSD. We open our doors, provide our schools, fields, stuff like that available for city use. And again, it's a 10-year agreement.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the intergovernmental agreement with the City of Yuma.
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Carlos. Any comments? I appreciate the leverage, the financial leverage that this affords us as well with reduced responsibility, which is always awesome. Anybody else? Okay, then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.9, consideration to approve IGA for Cibola High School softball complex usage between YUHSD and the City of Yuma. Is there anything that wasn't in our book that we need to know?
No, other than some of the facilities, they do pull out and are separate just because they're just a little bit different aspects to them, such as the Valley Aquatic Center, the Cibola softball fields, Desert Hills Golf Course. So those things are pulled out separately from the original joint facility and usually just has certain details in them that are a little different. But again, same thing, 10-year agreement.
Mm-hmm. Is there a motion from the board?
So move.
Okay. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christie to approve the intergovernmental agreement between YUHSD and the City of Yuma for the Cibola High School softball complex. All those in favor say, oh wait, are there any comments? Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.10, call for executive session. Is there a motion?
No.
Motion made, oh my gosh, what did I do here? Motion made by Ms. Mellon, seconded by Ms. Craddock to go into executive session. Is there any comment? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for being here. I don't think you guys are going to stick around, so we'll see you next month.
So board will be up in the superintendent's conference room. Thank you.
Okay, we are back in regular session. Moving on to item 6.11, consideration and possible action regarding delegation of authority to Superintendent T. Brianza for pending litigation. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, delegate the authority to Superintendent Tim Brianza for pending litigation.
Perfect. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christie. Is there any comments? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 7, future agenda items. Next meetings of the board, 8.1, I believe is September 11th is a regular scheduled meeting. And then item 8.2, Tim?
Yeah, there's a potential, in fact, hopefully it will be a study session regarding our trust policies. I think I sent you guys a tentative calendar, so we have 4 o'clock for several months in a row to go over. So that it says potential study session because we're sending we spent time today working on them, and we're going to send them off to attorneys, and they'll get them back to us, and we'll be ready hopefully for the study session on September 11th for trust policies.
Okay. Does anybody else have a future agenda item?
I just want to mention that I don't think I'm going to make it on the 11th.
Okay.
I'll be having surgery on the 10th in Phoenix for my back. And I think Ms.
That's, yeah.
So make sure that you guys get
A quorum.
Yeah, yes, we'll double check.
Okay.
Unless we can we be on the phone?
We'll most likely no, but we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at. If we need to, Carlos, we'll get hold of you, okay? And
Study session, we can do it on our own with you, like you'll brief us?
Thank you.
yes, but I can talk to you guys outside of that because of the agenda item.
Yeah,
so.
let's just, okay, anybody else have a future agenda item issue? Okay, then is there a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Have a great night.